Welcome to Kings Round. The Hawks took a L, but it was a tough battle to the end, man. We got to talk about this Hawks defense. But until then, Ace. Welcome to Kings Round. I'm the king, and I got something to say. First, make sure you go like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. Like and subscribe. So, the Hawks took an L today, man. It was I want to say tough battle to the end. It looked like the Hawks ran out of gas, man. They then had 2 games against Brooklyn Nets that came down to the wire. Them winning this game once they lost that 15-point lead was just it wasn't gonna happen. And then you got John Collins missing a dunk late in the game that was clutch. Bogey, bad night shooting. So let's jump into this box score. Jump straight into it. DeAndre Hunter had team high again. Yo, shout out to DeAndre Hunter. He is balling. I am so sorry at the beginning of the year I was giving Cam Reddish more respect. Call me out on it, chat. Tell me how y'all feel about DeAndre Hunter and his game so far this year. In my opinion, he's balling. He had a key block at the end that helped spring a little scoring for us. And then your next up is Clint Capella with 16. Yes, Clint Capella is 16 and 16. Yeah, 16 points, 16 boards. He had 9 at the end of the first half. 9. So this team is getting there, is getting better defensively. Now today, it was just couldn't score. We couldn't score points. Trae Young had 16, 2 for 5 from the 3, which is a little better, still at the 40% mark, which is good. 6 of 16. And then he only got to the line 4 times tonight. Trae Young been getting to the line double-digit numbers since the season started, and he only got 4 tonight. And he missed 2 of them. One of them was a tech miss. So a lot of this was just a bad night. Bad night. Bogey, 4 for 12. He ended with 11. He got hot, but it was a little bit too late once Bogey got hot. It was in the 4th quarter, and we needed him early. A lot of open missed shots in this game. A lot of open missed shots in this game. We could have sealed this game when we was up 15 in the 3rd. That's when this game should have been sealed. But we started committing turnovers. We had 1 turnover going into the 2nd quarter. We got it in the 2nd quarter. We got the turnover in the 2nd quarter, and we ended with 20. The 3rd quarter, when it came to turnovers, was horrible. Horrible. Let me know in the comment section how y'all feel about the turnovers. And most of them were offensive turnovers, meaning can't have a defensive turnover. Yeah, but offensive fouls that gave the team the ball. Those counts as turnover, people. So when you foul on offense and you're on offense, the other team gets the ball, that's a turnover. We had at least 7 or 8 of those types of turnovers, which kept the game close. It kept the Cleveland Cavaliers in it. The Cleveland Cavaliers played hard, especially Colin Sexton. He had 12 in the 4th and then 27 overall. Nobody else out there was really balling like that for their team. JaVale McGee had the next high. So when you have JaVale McGee with your second best scorer on the team, you can tell. Also, yeah, Trae Young got to hit these shots, man, especially these open ones. He got to hit these shots, man. Playing well, he got to hit these shots. What's up, Drew? It's all good, man. They played 3 games in 4 days. They ain't easy. Big facts. Big facts. I stated that earlier in the show. This was going to be hard coming off the win, the win loss or the loss win in Brooklyn, and that coming down to the wire. Yep, said that earlier in the show too, Drew. It looked tired, man. It was just one of those games where the Hawks looked tired when it came to late game. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It happens. It's basketball. When you playing this year 72 and in other years 82 games, you're gonna have those bad games. When it comes to back-to-backs and stuff like that. So yeah, I see what people are saying about being tired, but we still got to find a way to pursue and get through these games, especially ones that I think we should win. Games like this, we should win, especially when you're up 15, man. When you're up 15 late in the third, you should be putting teams away. Silly fouls, turnovers, it wasn't helping. And a lot of missed shots. We had a lot of missed shots in this game. When you look at the field goal percentage, Clint Capella had high with 67. Of course, all his shots came around the basket. You got DeAndre with 45, and then you go to John Collins, 3 for 10. Cam Reddish, 1 for 4. Let's stop right there. Cam Reddish, you must play better. You cannot have, I understand on defense, you are doing your thing. You are stepping up to the plate. But Cam Reddish, you have to score points. 1 for 4 ain't going to cut it. The other day, you was like 2 for 7. That's not going to cut it. I understand you out here, you doing your thing on defense. You hustling, you help on defense. But I need you to score points. 2 points, and of course, in 23 minutes, nah, that gets you put on the bench. That gets you put on the bench. Versus Nets twice, I'm more happy we beat the Nets the second game. Yeah, you're right. I am happy we beat the Nets the second game. You're absolutely right, Drew. Some bad no-call fouls. You're right. There was a few, especially in the third quarter, that should have been called. The one that stood out to me the most was the one on, John Collins, when the dude kind of like grabbed his whole wrist. Like, come on now. Back into this box score. Bogdan, like I said earlier, he had a bad night. He came on hot late, but at that point, it was kind of like we was hoping for a miracle. 4 for 12, 33%. 3 from 9 from 3. So we just, almost everybody was a negative. Few players. We got a few low plus minus. You got a 5, a 7. That's about it. But Bogdan, you got to play better. Kevin Huerter, great game from Kevin Huerter. He was hitting some shots when we need him to hit shots. But he was 5 of 11, 45% too. Solomon Hill, 0 for 2. Brandon Goodwin, who was replacing Rondo. That's what I think we needed tonight. We needed Rondo or some kind of leadership late in the stretch. Late in the stretch. Exactly, Drew. Definitely an easy foul. You were right, Drew. Definitely easy foul that the ref should have called. I'm not guaranteed those 2 points, but I'll at least take one with the way his free throw percentage is looking over the course of this year. But that's pretty much the root of this game. They have to play better on offense. They have to play better. And when you look at this game, the Hawks had 10 points off turnovers in the first half. So in the first half, their defense was great. Their defense was great. They played great defense in the first half. Second half came out, they played like the Falcons. You know, shout out to the Falcons. They played just like the Falcons. Do you think Lloyd Pierce should have put Trae Young back in the end of the third? No, I don't. But I also didn't like the lineup he used when Bruno was the big pretty much, and he had Solomon Hill, Huerter, Bogdan, and Goodwin. I didn't like that lineup. One, because JaVale McGee was getting a lot of boards during that time, and we had no sort of rebounding skills during that time. So when Trae comes in, we can score without Trae Young. We can score without Trae Young. Got to remember here that Gallinari is out. He's another person that can score. So through these course of these 5 games, we've shown that we can score without Trae Young being on the floor. So it boils down to pretty much we have to play better defense, man. We have to, especially down the stretch. We can't be committing stupid turnovers. And I'm gonna call out Trae Young again because one, he's the starter team, right? Got to call out the starter team when they're not playing well, including other players on the team. But let me call out Trae Young. Some of these passes that he doing, I need you to stop, Trae. Like they're not getting through. They leading to turnovers. I need you to play. I feel like sometimes you forcing your game. You don't need to force your game. We know your greatness, brother. We know your greatness. Hill had a bad night. Think he had more fouls than buckets. You're right. Solomon Hill did have a bad night. He extremely right about that. I read off his stats. He 0 for 2. 0 for 2. And like you said, he had more fouls than points. So it's to the point where defense is going to win championships. We got to play better defense for the next bout. So up next, we got on Monday, we'll be playing. I had to look it up and let y'all know, but we'll be playing on Monday at 7:00. I got Jensen coming on the show. We'll be talking Hawks and Falcons. Of course, that's the last game of the season. Well, it'll be after the last game of the season. And we'll be talking about the Falcons and what they need to do to succeed in this year's off season. We'll be talking about that. But until then, I will catch y'all on Monday for the show, 10:30. Until then, Ace, take us out. Peace.